Hello and welcome to another video. This is a software and hardware look at the new equipment, the new components that I have managed to install inside the system, inside my PC riggers, so to speak. Now there's a little bit of a story behind this. Initially, all I wanted to do was upgrade my graphics, but in turn I had to purchase another motherboard and a replacement CPU. Now you might be asking, hang on, how come I had to replace the motherboard and the CPU at the same time? Now, the thing was that the CPU, the motherboard, sorry, ended up breaking when I was using the graphics card. It just totally went bang. So anyway, so the motherboard went. The CPU I actually damaged myself by accidentally dropping it on the floor and bent some of the pins, so it was a bit embarrassment, but it'd be hard to find anyone who hasn't done that before. So I had to replace the CPU and I had to replace the motherboard. Now the current motherboard that I have got in this system as we speak now, I have got a Gigabyte Technologies Co Limited 970 gaming motherboard. It's not the SLI version, it's the normal, just the normal bare bones gaming motherboard. Even though it has got two PCIe slots, but it isn't an SLI board, so I don't know why it's got two slots on it, but never mind. So, and as you can see there, I've managed to also upgrade the monitor. I am now running an Acer KA24HQ monitor. It is a fully HD monitor, as not like my other monitor, which was an AOC VGA monitor, which I've still got, and I probably will plug in once I finish sorting the system out. But it's just been a long technical issues with it, a long string of technical issues, should I say. There's my graphics card that I have bought, a ATI Radeon RX 480 8GB graphics card, and I've had to step down slightly in the processor, which is an AMD FX 8300, but I am looking at the Ryzen CPUs, but they haven't launched yet, so that's why I bought this processor. So for the last couple of days, anyway, I've been running an A4 AMD APU processor, which is the 4000 version, which is only 3.2 gigahertz. It has got two cores, but one of them is essentially tied up with the graphics processor, which I've already got a graphics card. But this Gigabyte motherboard, it's an okay motherboard. I mean, I'm having some technical issues with this motherboard as we speak now at the moment. For some reason, the USB lead won't work. Sorry, the USB 3.0 or 3.1 connections will not actually work. The drivers are all uploaded. everything seems to be okay as far as the BIOS is concerned, as far as recognizing the ports are concerned, but for some reason it just will not detect anything. So yeah, so that's one of them. And yeah, so anyway, as you can see, I've got 3 programs up to show you today. I've got Speccy, I've got the strict RX480 series program where you can overclock your GPU, and I have got NovaBench. Now, each one of these programs I do use on a regular basis. This Speccy program I mainly use to keep an eye on the temperatures. As you can see, there are all my temperatures for the individual groups of hardware, and this strict program, GPU Tweak 2, as it's called. This is good for overclocking your GPU, although I haven't managed to fiddle around with it as so much because I've been concentrating trying to get the system to run stable enough to actually work on games, which I've managed to run actually one game at the moment, which is that Euro Trucks. That runs quite well. I'm gonna test that Doom out pretty soon, probably later on. So yeah, so anyway, these are the 3 programs. This you get with your graphics card. This is a very handy program. This is NovaBench. Obviously, anybody who's used NovaBench before or any bench program will instantly know what that's all about. That's about benching your rig, and it comes up with certain values. I'll just so here we go. We're gonna proceed with this. So as you can see now, it's testing out, it's stressing out certain features of the processor, of the hardware, of the CPU, of the motherboard, and of the RAM, as you can see now. Yeah, so it has been a quite, I'll just say, a quite, you know, a quite stressful time. It has been a quite stressful time with this bloody rig, and I don't know if it's the motherboard, if it's the CPU, if it's the GPU. Well, it's not the GPU because I've already tested out the GPU. It's not the GPU. The GPU works. The CPU works, but it doesn't let you overclock. It just has a turbo button. Doesn't let you manually overclock it, but you can enable the turbo through BIOS. But also for some reason it doesn't like the AMD overdrive. I mean, the other processor didn't like the AMD overdrive, so this one doesn't like it even more, because all of a sudden it does is it throws up a blue screen or freezes or even crashes. I've actually had to take the side panel off the tower just so I can make sure that the system is cooling itself pretty adequately, but I don't think it's heat. I know it's not heat that's causing the system to crash. So yeah. So anyway, that's all my tale of the certain technical issues that I have with this system. So yeah, if you're thinking about upgrading your processor, upgrading anything, if you're thinking about touching your system, you need to actually understand what you're doing. Because even I do, and because even core builders still run into these sorts of problems. So you're going to run into these sorts of problems, whether if you know what you're doing or whether if you don't. So while I've been nattering on anyway, it's done a score of 1188, and it's a 3.3 megahertz processor. It's 16 gig of RAM, and they're all the CPU test stores. That's the GPU frames per second 3D one. That's the hardware capacity and DVD write speed. The DVD, the drive write speed. That's just for your hard drive, really. Right. Yeah, so anyway, let's just run straight through this system just so you can see all the specs. Right. So, yep, that's the summary. That's obviously the operating system. As you can see, I've had to reboot the system, reinstall the Windows. That it just had to be done. You have to do that when you install a new motherboard, just so you can get your rig configured properly for your system. And that's the processor, AMD FX 8300, 8 cores, 8 threads, Vishra code name, AM3 socket, 32 nanometers processor core, and that's the current temperature. It's not pretty stressed at the moment, but it'll get like that sometimes. There's the RAM. I haven't changed the RAM. It's the same as it was before. There's the motherboard. There's all the values for the motherboard. I've tried to change some of these values, and it just doesn't like it. It does not like it. The motherboard does not like it whatsoever. And yep, there's the graphics card. Currently running at a resolution of 920 by 1080, but I can run a higher resolution. The monitor will support it, and the graphic card will support it. But that's usually my generic resolution that I run on this system. What else? Yeah, there's the hard drives. The optical drives. I'm going to replace that. That's the sound card. So I'm running on the Razer Karen 7.1 headset. Peripherals. Oh yeah, by the way, I did actually manage to get a new peripheral, which is a ROG, an Asus Republic of Gaming Gladius mouse. It's a quite good mouse. It's a reasonable mouse, and I had to buy a new mouse mat as well. So that cost me quite a bit of money. This is the key selling point for this motherboard. This is the killer E2400 gigabyte Ethernet controller. This is a very good controller. I've stressed it out quite a few times by downloading quite a lot of games. I'm currently downloading Star Wars Battlefront again, yes, and it's a reasonable Ethernet port, and it runs at reasonable speeds. And you can see all the stats there. Right, well, anyway, that's it for the video, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for it being a bit of a long chat and a long me just rabbiting on, but I've just had so much to do with this computer that it's just becoming ridiculous at the moment. I've spent tons of money on it, and it's just, I don't know what's happening with it. Right, anyway, again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon on another video. Please do subscribe, it does help me. If you like the video, please do like it. If you disliked it, do the other thing. And I hope to see you next time on another video. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.